This is going to be a camera update video. I have noticed that there's a problem with the existing camera. In the last couple of videos I've made, in particular that video of the Dell D830, there's a couple of noises in there which are unacceptable. There's a kind of like a clicking sound which has been going on for a long time. It seems to have gotten progressively worse over the years. It's always been there to an extent, but you usually can't hear it because it's only audible when it's very quiet, which unfortunately my recording environment is usually not. But in that video there were some quiet segments and that kind of clicking sound was heard. I also noticed there was some kind of a high frequency hum heard in the video as well. So I had originally planned to use that camera until it completely falls apart, but I don't think that's going to be the case anymore. I suspect that sound is the image stabilization function, which I don't really need if I'm using the tripod. So I may try to turn that off and see if the noise goes away. But ultimately the camera has got to get replaced, and I'm going to replace it with the new camera immediately when it comes in. I did some deliberation about what camera to buy. In the video comments I got a lot of recommendations for the Canon Vixia series camera. A couple of people mentioned that they have the Vixia HFR 500 camera and that it was really good. I did look into getting a Canon Vixia camera, but I found that the R500 is long at a manufacturer, and even the comparable, like what seems to be the predecessor model, which would be, I believe, the R800, which you see here on the screen. This camera, even this one, I can't find it at a lot of retailers. I found some new ones here on the eBay, but they're a lot more than I wanted to spend. I use the camera enough that I would spend $500 or $600 on a camera, but I just don't think it's necessary. What I decided to do was buy the same Sony camera again, and that was the Sony Handycam CX405 camera, because it just worked good, you know. And when I bought it the first time, I purchased this camera because it seemed to be a really solid economy model, and for what you're paying, it seemed to be the best in that price range. And this camera, I have found, it takes a really good video. The audio is clear, the video is clear, the focus is good, and I'm comfortable with how to use it, very familiar with using it. And so I just didn't find that it was necessary to change to a different camera. The Vixia camera had a couple of features that this one didn't. It had primarily the audio input for recording, which is something that I am intrigued by, but I'm trying to think about when I would really use that, and I can't think of a single scenario because I don't record on such a professional level that I'm going to sit here and start getting external microphones and mixing the audio, and it's just, I'm not going to do that. So I can't justify the additional more than twice the price to get the Canon Vixia camera that records in the same quality when I'm not going to use those other features. So I got another one of these, and I suspect it'll be fine. Now I want to address something because I think some people aren't quite understanding the situation here. I bought this camera, this original camera. I went back and looked at the video. The original camera, oh, why is this going all flaky here? The original camera was purchased in May of 2017. And so originally in, I think, 2017 and 2018, 2019, I was recording one video a day. So let's do 365 times 3. So for those 3 years, it recorded about 1,000 videos for YouTube. And then in 2020, I started doing 2 videos a day. And no, I started doing 2 videos a day before then. Well, let's just say for 2 years I did 2 videos a day. So that would be 365 times 4, and that's plus the 1095 or whatever it was. So that's at least 2,500 videos for YouTube alone. Plus, I use this camera for home videos. So I've recorded probably well over 3,000 videos with this camera since I got it. And so I think what people aren't understanding is that this is just a consumer grade camera, and I suspect that Sony expects you to buy it, put it in a drawer, and use it maybe 5 times a month or something like that. This thing is being used oftentimes 4 or more days out of the week for sometimes a couple hours at a time every week since it was purchased. And that means that that hinge where the screen is has been opened and closed thousands of times, and it's just not built for that level of use. Some people are saying, oh, the camera should last a decade. What? No, nothing, no electronics bought today lasts a decade. It's just not built that way. So I think the camera more than did its time. I really do. And so that's why I bought another one. And if this other one lasts another 4 years, it's money well spent. So that's what I decided to do. Now, what I also did, I bought a second camera, and that is a Ghost Pro camera. I've been thinking about getting a Ghost Pro camera for some time, and now it just seemed like a good time to get it as I was dealing with the camera situation. And the reason I got the Ghost Pro camera is because there's a handful of scenarios that I could think of where it would be interesting to record using a head mount. There's a number of channels I watch that use that, and I find for certain videos it gives a pretty good angle. Let's say, for example, a ceiling fan installation video. I've recorded a number of those recently, and I've watched back some of them briefly, and it seems like the thing is never at the good angle. Either I'm standing in front of a tripod, or it's not showing exactly what's going on because it's not high enough or something like that. And so I thought for a video like that, where there's a lot of weird angles, that maybe the head mount would give a really good video. I also thought perhaps like some of these vlog videos I've done recently where I'm moving around a lot and I'm not showing anything in particular or close detail, that may be another application where the head mount works really well. So we'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I think it may produce some pretty good videos. So we'll have those 2 cameras coming, and they're going to be put into service immediately. I'm not going to discard the old camera because it still works, but it'll just be a backup or something. I mean, I'll try to turn the image stabilization off and see if that gets rid of the noise. But either way, we're going to replace the 2 cameras immediately, and hopefully they take really good videos.